John's brother Dave.
Much older brother. Oh, sorry.
On behalf of John and Sandy and the family, I want to thank you all for being here. This is a very special place, very close to both John and Sandy. John was responsible for the fundraising aspect, putting on the new addition. Thank you very much for your accommodation and your generosity. That Friday morning, he texted me, "Have a good round today." Thanks, I texted back. John wasn't the kind of guy to let caution get in the way of an adventure. The fact that he made it through 71 years surprised a lot. He was the middle of three boys, raised by a single mother, because their father passed when John was 6. He grew up in the suburbs of Toronto, after having met Sandy. Okay. Somebody told me
Sorry.
He met Sandy in junior high, and then, with the exception of a couple of years in Calgary, raised his family right here. Mandy and Steve are both so different. But they're both so John. Maybe it's in ways only I can recognize Steve. But I've seen two. He loved you dearly and made you incredibly proud. Then, of course, along came Bray, Logan, Zach, and his sweet little Jane. Whenever he'd talk about the four of you, he was effervescent. He was just so full of love for you guys. To watch you guys develop and become young men, and Janie, the apple of his eye, becoming a young lady, was gratification that gave him solace and pride in abundance. That's his DNA you share. Put it to good use, you guys. He spent the bulk of his career at Moore Business Forums, and then about a dozen years with me and Sandy running Dots and Pixels. Then we got acquired by Nevs, and then he moved on to East Group post-retirement. The fraternity of friends that he collected over the years is both enviable and cherished. And as a testimonial, thank you all again. John had an obvious physical presence. He was not a small man. But he had an aura about him that was confident and kind and friendly. The combination of his eyes and his smile were just so warm. Even to me, his pain in the ass little brother. He was always energized, enthusiastic, and so positive about life, and fearless. Except when it came to spiders. His Achilles heel.
Like me.
I remember one time we were in Mom's kitchen. He had me in a headlock. I said, "John, there's a spider on your leg." Well, he was jumping around that kitchen like a banshee warrior, trying to get this imaginary critter off his leg. But I had his number. I got away, by the way. He really enjoyed his scuba diving. When he and Sandy would go on vacation, he'd always try to fit in a diver three. A couple of years ago, he went to the Galapagos Islands and actually pushed through a chest hole to get in a couple extra dives, which you're not supposed to do. I keep on telling him, look, don't touch. There's stuff down there that wants to kill you. Because if you've ever dove with John, you've got to be cautious. He loved golf, even if at times the game didn't love him back. He seemed to be content in the knowledge that the lowest cost per stroke was a win in its own. his common refrain, I think I'll try something different, will be heard multiple times every round. He was passionate about their cottage, where he could tinker away and entertain family and friends. He created a thing called the Silver Moon Invitational, which is an annual golf tournament that we do up at the cottage. It's a bunch of old Moore reprobates and a couple of us honest citizens, just for color. But I want to tell a classic John story because it kind of wraps up some of the cottage antics and whatnot. I can't tell too many stories about John because I'm never sure what version he told Sandy. John and I and a buddy, I don't want to name names, but his initials are Jim Milbury. We're at my place fishing one weekend. And I'm pretty sure it was Jim's turn to watch John. But we'd both fallen asleep watching the TV. And I wake up to John calling up from the boat to get him a pair of pliers. So I get the first aid kit, the peroxide, and the pliers. It was John. So I get down to the dock, and he's in an awkward position, fighting with an oar because he'd untied the boat. And he's fighting with with an oar to try to keep it from drifting away. He couldn't get to the console to turn on the motor to steer the boat because he was stuck to a 30-pound tackle box by a musky hook that was stuck in his foot right up past the barb. It was ugly. He said, just rip it out. I suggested that maybe it would be wise to cut it off, and we'll go up to the hospital and get them to take it out. As I clamped down on the hook with the pliers, I said, I don't think ripping it out is a good idea, because it'll hurt like rip. Well, we both laughed so hard. It was so comical. It was just absolutely hilarious. And it turns out I was right, it did hurt a lot. Peacefully in his sleep wasn't even a checkbox on his dead body. I mean, go figure. John Rogers, peacefully in his sleep. Speed wasn't a factor. No sharp objects were involved. No alcohol, nor jealous husbands. Not even a blood friend. It was just classic John. I think the reason he passed in this manner was to spend his last waking moments with Sandy. But it allowed me to share in his party. He's my brother and my best friend. I love him. We'll remember him fondly and miss him terribly. Have a good round, my brother.